in the back, they don't see them if they are lining up along the front. We're going to do like a flash mob. That guy? Old guy? He's getting me. Well, because everybody thought graduation was starting in 6 minutes now. 15 minutes. You want me to get some crowd shots or after? I'll just go get some people gathering. Yeah, and I'll be ready. There's gonna be a hug. Oh, look. Oh, you missed the hug. Yeah, oh, Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton's hugging his face. Happiness. Somebody, she's liking him on this. It's good. Yeah. Oh, rain is out of the forecast, my friends. It is now left. I do not see, there's no rain. So I'm just going to joyfully go, we don't have to pack up in the rain. That's what my heart is telling me. That's excessive. think they're going to come. Oh, so they're coming. They're coming on your side too, Jake. Look to your left. So they're going to be coming. So, and they're going to go. They're going to go up. All right. Okay. I'm going to start catching these guys.
Members of the class of 2023, guests, please rise and remain standing until the conclusion of the national anthem.
Honored guests and friends, please join us in the salute to the flag, followed by the singing of the national anthem, which will be sung by Ella Jorgensen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Classmates, family, friends, and honored guests, welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2023.
On this momentous day, it is an honor to be in the heart of Clipper country and congratulate all of you on behalf of the city of Portsmouth. As you look back over 4 years, it's clear that yours was not an easy path. You entered high school thinking things were normal. Then just 6 months into your freshman year, the world shuts down. Everything you thought you knew, that we all thought we knew, was changed. That didn't stop you. Life is very rarely defined about how we respond to good times. It comes down to what you do when the sledding gets tough. Well, you persevered. You won state championships with your teammates on the field and slopes. You competed and performed on the stage, and you contributed to your community in ways big and small. You are the very best example of what we cherish in Portsmouth. Your resiliency set an example for the city to follow. I couldn't be prouder of each and every one of you, and I am here on the behalf of every resident to say thank you for being the best of us, for being our future. This morning, I had the honor to catch a few of you returning to New Franklin to celebrate where you started this journey as I walked my daughter to kindergarten. My daughter asked who you were, and I told her, "You're graduates." Naturally, she asked what a graduate is, and we had a quick conversation about how much school she actually had left, and eventually, you get a cool cap and gown. This was a quick conversation because apparently being late for school is a genetic disposition that my daughter inherited from me, and we were quite literally running late. But upon hearing that you get to come back when you graduate, she paused for a second. They come back? That's cool. I'll come back. That moment made me pause and think about a few things all day long, both as a dad and somebody that came home. The first, is you are already an example to all that follow you. Our motto in Portsmouth is the city of the open door. Well, doors don't stay open on their own. They must be kept open. And you've kept the dream of our city alive for future generations. You showed my daughter that there's a broader community of those that came before her. And strictly as a dad, I want to thank you for being an example worth emulating. The second is, as much as you inspired my daughter, I hope returning to elementary school today inspired you. You've come a long way, but I can hope you remember the curiosity that you brought to your first day of kindergarten and bring it with you to life's adventures. Nothing has been improved with cynicism, fear, closed-mindedness. Bring that childlike curiosity to everything you do, and I promise it will be a life worth lived. Finally, as you go on to new adventures, please know that the city of Portsmouth stands behind you. Whether you come back to raise a family, raise a glass, or never leave, the city of Portsmouth is counting on you to make a world a better place, and we'll be looking forward to welcoming you back. No city's future lies in its past. Even a city that's turning 400 this year, our future rests with you. The key to our success has always been that we're open to new ideas. We turn to you to lead the way. Just remember, when you do come home, we'll always be waiting for you with an open door and with the expectation that you'll hold it open, sustaining your core values of excellence, community, commitment, and leadership, whoever follows you. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Class of 2023. Wow, I have wanted to do this for so long. I wanted to have validation for my hard work, and I wanted to prove to myself that I had something to offer. But when I got the chance to write the speech, I struggled to find the right words to say, words that would resonate with everyone. I brainstormed for days. I even Googled how to write a high school graduation speech. That was a particularly low point. But nothing seemed to stick. I didn't want to give advice. Who am I to give you advice? I considered discussing the seasons or shared childhood experiences, but felt that would be too far-reaching, too predictable. Everything seemed cliche or overdone or too unnatural. Then I realized I was thinking too hard, a common mistake of mine. Well, not uniquely mine. You see, despite attempts to mask it, I'm sure we have all had the thought, did they just look at me weird? Are they talking about me? Maybe even, is this paper really good enough to submit? Am I good enough? On more than one occasion, I have received advice to think less hard. And what do you know? I thought too hard about that too. No, actually, I made a plan of how I could teach myself to think less. Was this a universal experience? Of course not. But that's exactly my point. Not everyone needs the same advice at the same time. Look, I won't claim to know each one of you personally, but I do know that when the adults in our lives dropped us off on the first day of kindergarten, a day most of us don't remember, they felt a lump in their throats as they watched this child grow right before their eyes. I also know that many of you have that same lump in your throat at this very moment. Everything you have ever known is changing. The shared childhood experiences I began to write about quickly proved to be not so universal. Our paths diverged from the very beginning. Yes, we all attended elementary school in some capacity, but some of us spent mornings anxiously filling in bubble sheets for standardized testing, while others whipped up coffee orders for our teachers who they called by their first names. We enjoyed arts and crafts and gym class, blissfully unaware of the challenges to come. Middle school was a huge transition time. I had a 5th grade graduation, some big ordeal made regarding the movement of our education from one building to another, just down the road. Others simply went to the classroom next door and called it 6th grade. By then, some had propelled into high school levels of maturity, while others still grappled with their childhood innocence. It was a time of self-criticism that has yet to subside. Sometimes I find pictures of my middle school self in tagged photos and cringe hard. But why are we so quick to be so hard on ourselves? We were exactly where we needed to be, at least at that point in our lives. Surely, by high school, you would assume that we have had these universal experiences. Many of us have been here for 4 years, but that's not quite the case. You see, we had similar circumstances. We transitioned from grade to grade. We survived sophomore biology and much too rowdy student sections. We encountered success and failure, love and loss. But we had vastly different experiences. 2 people can undergo one event and have 2 separate stories, memories, and lessons as a result of their backgrounds. One of these stories is not more correct than the other. It is no better, no worse, just different. High school, for example. Some people describe it as the best 4 years of their life. Some say it was the worst. But did we not just go to the same school with the same people and the same teachers and the same classes? Now we have the chance to write our own futures. Like me, you may encounter writer's block, times when the fear of expectations looms over you, so you put up a facade to mask it. When I began writing, I felt I had nothing important to say. It wasn't until I started from a place of authenticity that I could form any sense of a speech. We don't owe anyone a facade. My hope is that when the doors of our childhood homes close behind us and we're starting our next phase, we don't give up. Maybe your future will turn out differently than you expected, but remember, that's just what it is. No better, no worse, just different. We are exactly where we are supposed to be. We have made it this far and should be so very proud. Congratulations, y'all. I can't think of a group more deserving of moving on than this one. Thank you.
To the future classes of PHS, the class of 2023 is excited to present to you our class gift. With the generous support of over 100 community members and local organizations, we will be implementing a fully furnished breakout space in the currently obsolete locker bay on the second floor that will now have comfortable chairs, desks, and couches. Throughout our high school journey, we experienced 2 years of social isolation due to the pandemic. Our class council stuck in our house like long wave radiation getting trapped by greenhouse gases. This severely cut down on our fundraising opportunities, but due to the hard work and the creativities of each and every member on our class council, we feel privileged to be able to afford this amazing gift. We hope this space will be enjoyed by students and teachers alike, serving as an extension of the classroom and a relaxing spot for breaks.
After half of our high school years were spent locked away in our homes, the class of 2023 felt obligated to express the ideas of community and teamwork in our class gift. Our graduating class has not only left behind a tangible gift for future students to enjoy, but also a lasting reminder of the resilience and determination we show during these times, and a testament to the power of community and connection in the face of adversity. The class of 2023 Student Council would like to give a final thank you to our class advisors, Mr. Moore and Mrs. Rabb, all graduating seniors, parents, administrators, and community members that have helped us along the way. Thank you.
It's my honor to accept that gift on behalf of the class and the rest of PHS. It is now, and those learning couches are going to come in handy. So, I'm very excited. It is also my honor to address you, the class of 2023. So let me welcome everyone who has joined us here in Portsmouth under these beautiful skies and online around the world for this celebration. Thank you to everyone on the PHS team who made this event possible. A lot of work went into this. Thank you to the families that have been our partners in guiding these amazing seniors to this moment. Thank you to the faculty and staff, not only at PHS, but to all of the teachers and counselors that have helped you, our graduates, along the way. So now I want to get this out of the way right away, and I just want to say I'm sad. I'm sad that I only had 1 year, my first and your last, to sail this part of the journey with you. I've come to appreciate and value the time we shared, watching you lead our teams to countless victories, both athletically and academically, hearing stories from your life-changing trips far and wide, and staring utterly transfixed by the art you produce, both on stage and in the studios. You made it clear over the course of this year that you are a talented, brilliant, savvy, and dynamic group of humans. Let no one tell you differently that the class of 23 leaves a grand impression. But now I'd like to speak less of the past, because commencement actually means beginning. Tonight, we celebrate the start of your new adventures. These adventures are exciting because you are ready. You've worked hard to prepare for this moment and all of the journeys ahead. And the next journey will be amazing, whatever it is. But it will also ask you to step up and take action. As John F. Kennedy said, the problems of the world cannot possibly be solved by skeptics or cynics whose horizons are limited by the obvious realities. We need people who can dream of things that never were. And I am proud to say that you, the Clippers of 23, are those people. We need you to bring all your interests and passions. We need your questions about policy and politics, medicine, race, gender, equity, social justice, science, and ultimately, we need your art and your stories and your music. We need your voices and your vision for a world we can make together. And now, I want to share with you our last mindful moment. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Cal. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. These are the top 5 things to remember about PHS. The top 5. Ready? Number 5, we are 5 communities strong. This collaboration of community helps create PHS and transforms it into a remarkable school. We are better together. Number 4, the voyages. You have taken 4 voyages here at PHS. 4 times you have packed up your school supplies and headed out for a 9-month-long adventure. You had amazing guides, our teachers, along the way to point out and avoid the doldrums. They helped you find the perfect winds to fill your sails. You discovered amazing things. You found struggles and success. And above all else, you changed. You returned from each voyage smarter, stronger, and more prepared for the next adventure. Number 3, these are the 3 R's. Roots, roam, rise. This is a mantra I want you to remember. Roots, where we come from, and how we keep the place and people who are part of our foundation and our strength close in our hearts, no matter how far we roam. Roam. This is the nudge to wander and wonder. Ask those questions. Explore. If you trust the roots, exploring the world is not such a scary thing. It's a wondrous thing. Right now, think of the tallest or widest tree you can imagine. They trust their roots enough to rise up and reach the sky. Rise. That is what we want for you all. Above all else, to rise up and find your joy. There's an old Japanese proverb that basically translates to fall 7 times, rise up 8. It is a declaration of resilience. No matter the challenges, you have the strength to rise up and to know that the only failure is staying down. Roots, roam, rise. Number 2, there are 2 lessons from the sea. They are persistence and presence. The sea shows us constant change and continuous motion. It does not tire or complain or dream of the past. It does not suffer from nostalgia. It relies on the moon, the wind, and its own energy. Even when it is calm, it is constant. Persistence. The sea also demands that you be completely present. It teaches us attentiveness. Pay attention. The details matter. Because the sea is in control, and all you get to do is focus on how you will respond in the moment. And the number 1 thing I want you to remember about PHS is that there is one ship right here, the PHS Clipper. We want you to remember, to know deep down that this is your ship. You have crewed the Clipper ship for 4 years, and on it you learned amazing things. And now you'll embark on new ships for new adventures. But always remember, this ship will wait for you in this fine port. Once a Clipper, always a Clipper. Now, get out and go, find your flow. Explore the world, give more than you take. Learn a lot, share even more. We want you to show the world that solutions are possible. Show them that with the compassion and courage, we can make and shape the world we want and need. So from the captain to the crew, congrats to you, the class of 23. Thank you. Oh yeah, we're on it. We're on the ship. There's no life rafts. So, actually, I'm gonna go off script, Britt. Real quick. No, it's okay. I want to honor, we have special guests with us. The class of 1973, the 50th anniversary of their graduation. Thank you for joining us. Once a Clipper, always a Clipper. Thank you so much. That is a special honor. All right. So we would now like to recognize students from the class of 23 who are preparing to serve in the United States Armed Forces. Will those students please stand and be recognized? There you go. That's it. We would like to thank you for your service. We know you will do us proud. Thank you. All right, so I have the pleasure to introduce the Bartlett Prize speaker. The Bartlett speaking competition begins with a Portsmouth High senior being offered opportunity to write and submit an essay. A committee of the faculty and administration evaluates those essays, and a selected number are presented to a selection committee. From this pool of speakers this year, 4 were selected to speak at the Clipper Awards Night. After the awards night, the Bartlett Prize Committee selected Bartlett Prize runner-up and the Bartlett Prize speaker. For the class of 2023, the Bartlett Prize runner-up and winner of a $300 cash prize is Max Dieppe. Max was able to present his speech at the senior awards ceremony to the entire student body yesterday. And it is my deep honor and privilege to introduce the 2023 Bartlett Prize speaker and winner of the $600 cash prize, who will speak for us tonight. It is Bennett Michaels. Join us on stage, Bennett.
Guys, I'm going to level with you. You're probably not going to remember this speech. And in all honesty, the vast majority of you won't even remember me. And very soon, all of us will go down our own paths and venture into the unknown. We will go through college and get new jobs. We'll receive promotions and discover passions. We'll fall in love and we'll get rejected. We'll try and we'll fail. And sometimes the thought of that can be terrifying. But the thing is, a lot of the time, you don't have to decide how to react to a situation until you're actually in that situation. There's no point in worrying about the future when you have the present to think about. So right now, take a deep breath, look around at your classmates that you might not see ever again, and savor the moment. I think I speak for most of us. Actually, maybe all of us, except our valedictorian, Frank, when I say we've made a mistake or two throughout our high school career. The memory of our biggest screw-up throughout high school looks different for all of us. But real quick, try to think back to a moment where you really messed up. Think back to where you were when the consequences of your actions dawned on you. Think back to what you saw and what you felt like. It might have felt like the world was going to end. But the point is, even though it felt like you were never going to make it to the next day, you're here now. You can make mistakes. and you can move through and past them. Now, I want to quickly share the metaphor of the buffalo and the cow. When a cow senses a storm, they run away in the opposite direction. As they are running, the storm follows them from above, and they end up getting wetter, colder, and more tired. This is the opposite of what the buffalo does. The buffalo sees the storm and runs directly at it. At first, it is terrifying for the buffalo. But once they overcome that initial fear, they end up spending less time within the actual storm. So, don't run from the struggle, run through it. And the next time you are faced with a storm, put your head down and charge at it like a buffalo. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this, but at this point in our lives, we receive a lot of slightly annoying, unsolicited advice. Typically, it's from adults. But most recently, it was from me. And it is true that the advice you hear can be important. But what's also important is learning for ourselves. Discover the advice and wisdom that hasn't yet been given to us, but is somewhere out there ready to provide you with guidance. So, don't just think for yourself, learn for yourself. If you are told an answer or a statement of seemingly inarguable fact about life, or your job, or an interest you have, or a person, or even yourself, and you get a feeling it's untrustworthy, then don't accept it at face value. Trust your intuition. Discover and seek out different sources and opinions. We are in the golden age of information. The amount of info you would find on Will Ferrell's Wikipedia page alone would be enough to paralyze medieval scholar with shock if you showed it to them. Your parents' and your teachers' opinions are valuable and can be insightful. But so are the opinions of every teacher ever and every parent ever across the globe. So seek it out. Find out what works for you, not what other people want to work for you. You have proven to yourself that you can do difficult things, and you have. Even just getting to this point is difficult. And you have done this not because of the help of your parents or teachers or friends, but because of you. So next time you are faced with a seemingly insurmountable challenge, maybe it's at college or through your job, or it's more personal, remember that you can do things that seem impossible. As Seneca, the Roman statesman and philosopher, once said, "We often suffer more in imagination than in reality." It's not about the things that we are gifted through chance, but the mental strategies and faith in ourselves that give us the power to overcome what's hard in life. But don't start thinking you're too special. All of us can do hard things. The kid to your left and to your right has struggled through some type of intense adversity. And hey, if they can do it, then so can you. We are resilient creatures. And as Mr. Schaff, our AP Stat teacher, would put it, we are higher mammals. So don't be discouraged about the possibility of failure. Be reassured by the fact that we can get through failure. Much like a pre-calc final, we were made to fail. But we were also made to learn and to improve. That's why broken bones heal, and why mullets will eventually regrow back to normal haircuts. So, PHS graduating class of 2023, I leave you with this. In spite of the headlines, the world has not yet melted or exploded. In fact, right now, summer is just starting. The beaches are open, and everything is going to be okay. Thank you. And now, the moment you have all been waiting for. Your valedictorian, number 1. Some call him Neo. Varsity soccer player all 4 years, reigning captain, Franco Viola.
Stop being so tall, Bennett. Now, I find it funny that I was asked to give a speech on my thoughts and opinions because I don't have much life experience. I'm only 18. What am I supposed to tell you about? What am I an expert in? My credit score is non-existent, and up until recently, I thought a 401k was an error we got when we went to a malfunctioning website. I have not had life-altering experiences, nor even 2 full decades of time on this earth for that matter. So, I would like to talk to you about what I am an expert in, being an 18-year-old high school student. Aside from battling rigorous course loads and navigating the world of early adulthood, those of us in high school must deal with measurements and labels. First, let's talk about measurements. High school is such a strange time. At no other time will there be 4 years of our performance defined by a series of letter grades turned into a number measured to the 4th decimal place. How many teachers have told us that grades don't matter, but we are measured to the 10,000th place? Unless we are entering a professional sports draft or the military, hopefully none of us will be ranked again. I have never felt like I was first in anything during high school. I've been wowed by academic, athletic, and artistic performances of my peers here at PHS. There is a lot of talent here today. I consider myself lucky to be with you all. And regarding labels, I'm talking about the labels we assign and labels assigned to us. High school is full of labels. Perhaps you're popular, a loner, an athlete, a nerd. Do these terms define who you are as a person? My first experience with this was freshman year. As one of 2 freshmen on the soccer team, I was an easy target for the seniors. They towered over me. I was fresh meat then, and now I'm Neo. I get that these labels are meant to be endearing terms of humor, but some terms are not. I am more than just these labels. We are more than just these labels. I want to be an artist, an engineer, an athlete, a Spanish speaker, and more. I'm not here to say that labels and measurements are inherently bad, but they can be limiting. And as an expert in being 18, I tell you that we should reject those limitations. While my measurements and labels may indicate a career and potential success in engineering, life's trajectory is not determined at high school. Continuing on in my expertise of being 18, I can tell you that it's stressful. This stress manifests itself in many different ways: school stress, family stress, work stress, money stress, health stress, the list goes on. But it is how we manage that stress that is integral to our success and happiness. I can best think of stress from a physics perspective. I know, I'm a nerd. When an object undergoes stress, it compresses, shears, or even breaks. However, to undergo that stress and to withstand it, the object may push back. I like to think that this pushback is how we personally deal with stress. We could push back strongly and fight through the stress by ourselves, compressing, but hopefully not breaking. What doesn't break us makes us stronger, right? Perhaps this stress causes us to make no progress or even slide backwards. Yes, as an 18-year-old, I can share that there are times where we feel the harder we work on something, the less progress we make. I wrote whole drafts of this speech only to scrap them and start over and over and over. We also know from physics that stress is a force divided by area. The greater the area, the lower the stress. The more we rely on support, the more area we have and the lesser stress we endure. So, family, and friends. With your added support, you can help reduce that stress. Support can come in many manifestations: a shoulder to cry on, a hug, listening, good advice, a late night pick-me-up talk, and sometimes just money. Lots of money. In fact, at the end of the speech, I'll be sharing my Venmo. What I also know as an 18-year-old is that we cannot continuously battle stress. Energizing ourselves is necessary to counteract stress. Insufficient energy might cause our pushback to not be strong enough, and we might break. Energizing ourselves is also personal. It's different for everyone. It may be following our passions, surrounding ourselves with friends and loved ones, a walk on the beach, or as simple as snoozing our alarm clocks for another hour. So, discover what energizes you. Discover what motivates you to keep pushing back, because energizing ourselves is most important to combat the stressors that we will encounter each day, no matter how big or small. What I also know as an 18-year-old is that we need to be selfless and open-minded. We need to broaden our perspective and observe how we can better the people and world around us. We need to be the generation to truly tackle these global issues affecting the world. Take climate change. We learned about it a countless number of times. The greenhouse effect, ocean acidification, extreme weather, loss of biodiversity. But what is the world really doing about it? Generally, ignoring it. So, today, the world rests at a fulcrum. How our generation chooses to tackle these global problems will determine the direction of the world. If we continue to ignore them, it could tip. The earth warms, biodiversity plummets, poverty increases, disease increases, and we struggle. Or, if we unite and collectively push back, we can find balance toward a sustainable, thriving future. These issues are important to us 18-year-olds. Parents and guardians, I think I should say it again. These issues are important to us. These issues are stressors where your support could help us, and it already has. Look at where we are today. Classmates, we are multifaceted, complex, and unique. We are a combination of our passions, our accomplishments, our successes, and even our failures. We must unite and recognize that we are more than just our labels and our perceived metrics. We will not be able to develop solutions to successfully tackle these problems ahead of us with these divisions. Even the very definition of the word solution means a mixture of components. We are more than just our parts. So, for today, let's get rid of labels. There's no valedictorian, no salutatorian, no class president, no class rank, no loners, no athletes, no nerds. Instead, let's recognize our commonalities. We earned 26 credits. We supported each other through a pandemic. We walked the same halls. We move on to the next stage together. No labels except one: graduates. Congratulations to the Portsmouth High School class of 2023. Thank you and good luck in your future.
We'd like to now take a minute to recognize those students who were scholarship recipients, as well as the generosity of so many local individual companies and individuals. The amount of local scholarship aid that has been offered to the class of 2023 is amazing. It reflects the commitment the entire Portsmouth community has for higher education. You can view a list of the recipients and the scholarships they received using the QR code in your graduation program. The amount of scholarships announced this year's Scholarship Awards Night for the class of 2023 totaled over $515,000, with over with over 160 students being honored with scholarship awards. This is the largest scholarship year in PHS history. Please join me in expressing our gratitude to the scholarship donors as well as the achievement of the scholarship recipients.
Good afternoon, family, guests, faculty, and most especially my fellow graduates. I am honored to have been able to serve as the class of 2023 class president these past years. It has resulted in some of the most fun, fulfilling, and stressful experiences of my life. I am also honored to be able to speak before you all today. Recently, I have been reflecting on the days, months, and years leading up to this moment. Not only our time spent in high school, but I've been thinking about our younger selves as well. One arbitrary, nostalgic fact about my younger self is that I never quite liked dressing up. To me, dressing up meant something special, something important, something life-altering and amazing. And I never liked to change from this either. A first day of school outfit was athletic shorts and a fancy t-shirt, and that once per year dinner with long-distance family was a half-decent reason to put on a pair of jeans. If I didn't put importance into what I was wearing, there was no notable significance in the day at all. With every occasion, I laced up the same old pair of sneakers, much to my parents' inevitable dismay. This pair of white Converse was an unrelenting constant. To this day, I still own that pair of high tops. There was a reassurance in the lack of formality that I so greatly desired. Though maybe worn beyond compare and my definition of usable, they are never to be discarded. Dirtied with grit and life's journeys, they possess a priceless collection of experience. I wore them on my first day of freshman year, and they've been with me ever since. These now ratty Converse weathered the weight of my academic life and my outside life the same. The same weathering occurred in my head, but those high tops just showed it a little bit more. A rip in the sole's fabric was a little more obvious than lines under my eyes, but they both represented me. Those sneakers saw student council meetings, football games, and family gatherings. They led subcommittees, cheered on Clipper teams, and rejoiced in seeing family. They attended summer camp, college hockey games, and went on late-night drives down the beach with close friends. Those sneakers worked 2 jobs, with long weekday night shifts, and endured the exhaustion that was met with the days after. Those sneakers worked hard in various realms of my life, a trait that is critical to my and everyone here's essence. I can, without a shadow of a doubt, guarantee that everyone here has worked hard in our various forms and ways to get to this point. For me, some of my hardest work yet happiest memories exist thanks to my time at Camp Foss. In the summers, I, like clockwork, leave Portsmouth the day after school concludes to head north to Stratford, New Hampshire. It is there where I find myself pouring my soul and my passion into working with young girls at a place I so adore. Here, I spend each day encouraging fun, friendship, and above all, a hard work ethic. The times I've had at Foss have been like no other. I've spent weeks practicing lifeguarding drills, spent mornings teaching aquatic safety and swim lessons, and spent afternoons patrolling the waterfront. The days started earlier than I might have liked and ended perhaps later than ideal. I worked hard, but I also had a blast, thanks to the work. Not only do I now adore working with these campers, but I find a sense of belonging among the staff. Last summer, I went in with an overwhelming feeling of discomfort and anxiousness. As a new counselor with not many of my friends returning, there were so many unknowns. I, like I have learned to do, decided to just put my head down and work. I took that daunting first step, unsurprisingly, in my Converse, and it was the best decision I ever made. By simply devoting myself to a cause, I found a sense of belonging. All of us here today have taken that first step in some manner. This can be seen in the impressive and far-reaching accomplishments of this graduating class. Whether it has been through your efforts on this very turf field, or perhaps under the accomplished fine and performing arts departments, or maybe it's been over in the CTE wing, or even in the classrooms and academic extracurriculars of our school. The point is that we have all made that first step to make it here to this moment. Today, I'm wearing a brand new pair of white Converse, and it feels different. I'm standing here at this divergent boundary of our life where we, as a united class, are now moving apart from each other. The shoes aren't quite worn in yet, and like this moment, it's slightly uncomfortable. This abrupt change is stark, easily noticeable, and entirely apparent to strictly you. Though we might be stunned, I encourage us all to move through this paralysis by taking that critical first step. We've all done it as we entered this building 4 years ago, so don't be afraid to do it again. In the fall, I will be continuing on to take my first steps and study at the University of Vermont. As we all move on to our own paths, I wish that you all have the courage to take that first step. Whatever you may choose to explore in your post-high school life, explore with purpose and no regret. Don't be afraid to dirty or even rip up those shoes. Your shoes may become tattered and worn, perhaps muddied with experience, but through that material damage, you will have learned something. So sincerely, good luck and best wishes to all as we step away from this chapter and into the next. Thank you.
Helen Keller was born in 1880. At the age of 2, she became deaf and blind. Despite this debilitating disability, she learned how to read and write and became the first deaf-blind person to gain a baccalaureate degree. Remember, this was over 100 years ago. She became famous as she campaigned throughout the country on issues of social welfare, women's suffrage, and the rights of the disabled. How powerful. Abraham Lincoln was born in 1809 in a one-room log cabin. He taught himself to read and trained to become a lawyer. Despite numerous setbacks, both personal and political, he persevered and became the 16th President of the United States. In 1865, after the long and bitter Civil War, which horribly divided our country, he signed into law the Emancipation Proclamation, which ended slavery in our country. What a brave, strong, and principled man. Thomas Edison failed thousands and thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. The number of tries has been debated, but he himself said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that didn't work." This is determination and perseverance. Oprah Winfrey was born into poverty in Mississippi. She was raised by a single mother living on welfare. She was sexually abused during her childhood. She ran away from home at age 14 and got pregnant, a baby she lost before birth. Despite her struggles, she turned her early failures into a very successful career as a talk show host, TV producer, actress, author, and philanthropist. Perhaps you will remember one of these stories as you begin your journey after your graduation tonight. These folks all had great determination, focus, perseverance, and a desire to make a difference in the world. As you move on, strive to do these things, but also be happy, hardworking, and a contributing citizen in our community. In addition, remember to have fun. I am proud to be the chair of the Portsmouth School Board. On behalf of all the members of the board, we are very, very, very proud of you. Margot Peabody, our vice chair, and Ann Walker is here on the stage here tonight. We also have here Liz Barrett, Pip Clues, Lisa Rappaport, Hope Van Epps, Brian French, and Kerry Nolte. We also have our student rep, Nick Dahlin, and our employee representative, Danielle Miles. We wish you all the very, very best. We are so very proud of you. You have made the entire Seacoast community very proud. Best wishes to all of you, and remember to have a blast. Oh, yes.
It's the time.
We're ready.
Okay. So let's, Sean, can you get, hold on, Sean, can you get the stool? All right. This is it. We're getting ready. Oh, Margot. Yeah, there you go. Okay, Annabella Catherine DeMecco. Cal Ethan Gottlieb. Jason Connor Yetten. Nicholas Widener Dahlin. Mia Rose Edwards. Aaron Joseph Gonzalez. Gianna Maria Hebert. Liliana Bella Hebert. Alessandro Earl O'Neill. Trevor Redmond Stacy. Frank Anthony Coviello. Alice Williams Weir. Ella Ruth Jorgensen. Nayaya Leo Hugh Fancy. Delaney Rose Cody. Samantha Ann Venuto. Nicholas Joseph Tavares. Grace Elizabeth Fabiano. Tyler John Wilson. Joshua David Ernest White. Melissa Rose Harford Goudreau. Suha Tuhami. Sophia Jane Runyon. Gabrielle Sheldon Rothstein. Lucy Marjorie LeBlond. Alicia Lauren Mathis. Avery Rose Cole. Adeline Rose Murray. Campbell Addison Snow. Reese Alexandra Jaggers. Haley Ella Rose Bogret. Elizabeth Dang. Elsa Hart Richardson. Kaylin Shea Nolan. Georgia Ruth Hodgson. Ava Margaret Caldwell. Ashley Lynn Hamlet. Emily Catherine LaRue. Emmeline Tarbell Katurikis. Nicole Helena Bisharek. Catherine Emma Deans. Asia Castellano. Maya Jolie Zhao. Haley Joanna Sherman Brown. Madison May Radcliffe. Margaret May Friel. Kaylee Stephanie Cook. Sophia Grace Tomborelli. Caroline Beatrice Weeks. Kendall Riley Jaggers. Annalise Claire Campbell. Angelina Rose Meyer. Natalia Burke. Kira Noel Bailey. Jade Marin Kester. Natalia Laura Federico. Hermes Hashek. Natalia Simone Phelan. Hannah G. Witham. Sophia Marie Dimitrik. Zara Alifa Ivanto. Anna Joan Franis. Ava Kate Lindsay. Kyrie Leanne Johnson. Luisa Fernandez dos Hayes. Darla Lee Mahoney. Lauren Alexandra Metcalf. Eva Kaya Corey. Bray Davis. Amelie Mira Cowison. Cameron Ray Zadravec. Alicia Marie Cloutier. Allison Marie Mazajewski. Courtney Ann Mazajewski. Emma Elizabeth Cross. Josette Ann Almeida. Jaden Marie Mayo. Ariana Eden Green. Sophia Grace Zingarello. Din Lee. August Brooke Moore. Alexandra Tomasina Searles. Amanda Rose Scally. Lillian Rose Powers. Ryan Henley Nash Panella. Anthony Christopher Nayland. Sarah Elizabeth St. Pierre. Morgan Kaili Daly. Hannah Rose Warcall. Kaya Jacqueline Kashaw. Caitlin Lee Law. Delaney Kate Lyons. Jordan Victoria Ovedek. Kaylin Faye Lensink. Maggie Fields Parker. Michaela Jade Macedo. Riley Pietro Levin. Mallory Laura Kadesh. Sally Bowden Collins. Sophie Margaret Rand. Stella Irene Bolduc. Sky Nachampasek. Josephine Lucille Moore. Isabella Margaret Evilsizer. Catherine Ann Lazenby. Regan Grace Conlin. Jean Davis Lara. Emma Scott Biddle. Carly May Trudell. Marina Ritzi Schoen. Megan Eileen Haley. Catherine Ann Downs. Grace Lee Guzikowski. Kayla Faith Gowdy. Coral Joanne Gowan. Lillian Ann Hirsch. Reese Joseph Letty. Samantha Kendall Walker. Alexis Riley Brigham. Ava Catherine Puglisi. Adelaide Elizabeth Neubauer. Finley Mueller. Audrey Barrett Sargent. Leah Paula Vera. Victoria Jasmine Gabi. Megan Margaret Caveni. Bailey Nicole Archibald. Connor Anthony McCann. Anton Luis Ryan. Noah David Moore. Natalie Rachel Peterson. Jeremiah Maher Siotang. Bella Elizabeth Slover. Ariana Irene Incolingo. Brooke Peyton Lynchy. Alyssa May Dumas. Jake William Letty. Dylan Randolph Webb. Diego Alexander Ortiz. Autumn Mackenzie Macedo. Annabella Mia Haskell. Zoe Skylar Gass. Caden Goyette. Alicia Nancy Agresti. Michaela Elizabeth Hurst. Dhruv Sharma. Daniel Lewis McAllister. Brianna Gail Turbin. Rebecca Elizabeth Raymond. Shannon Avery Ridden. Lachlan Tezo Honda. Dylan Vera Palin Hackett. Hayden May Beland. Avery Helen Runke. Emily Grace Kumpf. Simeon Hodges. Janea Inara Springer. Calvin Peters. Charlotte Barbara Hackett. Ava Sickler Michaud. Matthew David Hudlin. Savannah Paige Emery. Henry Ryan Anderson. Keegan James Delisle. Duncan Edward Cullinan. Dawson Jeffrey Roman. Frank O'Neill. Alex Ray Mountjoy. Henrik Adam Beck. Cal David Barrows. Samantha Lynn Schmidt. Colby Daniel Frizzell. Ian David Hawkins. Aaliyah Michelle White. Lucas Pruna. Lucia Ida Hillman. Noah Frank Kraus. Joshua Adam Beck. Carter Barrett Duddy. Abigail Jade Coombs. Scarlett Louise Graham. Max Andrew Erickson. Brady Alexander Kilroy. Raphael Hay Tenney. Aiden Michael Shillman. Charlotte Grace Marston. Aiden Michael Pacini. Briar Moon McDonald. Caleb Aaron Bergman. Matthew Michael Poisson. Hobie Alexander Rolfe. Sadie Margaret Alati. Miles Lockwood Leatherman. Henry Paul Rentilla. Ethan Timothy Lance. Dev Rakesh Shah. Miles William Naoti. Baden William Patterson. Richard Caleb Pendleton. Benjamin Alexander Welsh. Maxwell Avery Ward. Alden Carl Arvidsson. Maxfield Theoret Dieppe. James Alexander Buchan. Joseph Manuel Hagen. Lucas Alexander Fuller. Gabriel Harrison Hayes. Owen San Freiermuth. Gunnar Reed Jackson. Serenity Rose Teague. Benjamin Craig Doyle. Yazan Abdallah Alhamded. Zachary Palmer Cross. Samara Elizabeth Buck. Bowden Oscar Driscoll. Dylan Joseph DuBoisbrand. Kyle Patrick Danusis. Benjamin Garnett Maas. Amelia Dominique Dowan Shillingford. Owen Robert Wilson. Matthew Jirayu Minkler. Benjamin Miles Dickens. Evan Noah Venn. Calvin Paul Joseph Melanson. Elliot Ryan Miles. Evan Clay Graham. Lawton Cole Struble. Broderick Thomas Parrott. Timothy Joel Beckstead. Austin Charles Eliason. Luke Philip Whistler. Avery Hugh Crowell. Connor Lee Jacobson. Tristan Braun Arp. Ethan Robert Castanero. Jacob John Clanchesser. Charlie Joseph Turner. Andrew Lawrence Cousins. Jackson Kenneth Barnes. Samuel Kaiser Starbranch. Owen Sloan Moore. Francis Doyle Krupp. Peyton James Robertson. Christopher Michael Flint II. Caleb Ray Plord. Sebastian Wallace Lampert. Sydney Jane Hagwood. William Gregory Jackson Bennett. Philip Brewster Bluen. Edward Holson Gardner. Andrew Charles Padgett. Jacob Robert Lovern. Georgie Williamson. Charles Thomas Horgan. Gregory Francis Riddle. Aiden John Holt. Jake Patrick Haley. Finn Joseph Boussier. Aiden Harold Whitworth. Ethan Gage Aviezri. Bennett Zane Michaels. Tayshawn Angelo Felder. And Dakota Jade Sargent. Woo!
Would the class marshals please stand, the class of 2023? Superintendent Steven Zadravec, school board members of SAU 52 and 50. As the superintendent of schools, I hereby certify that these students have met all the requirements for graduation. And I happily present to you and the community the class of 2023. Congratulations.